What's going on, guys? It's Crowbar, and we're back with some more Minnesota Twins franchise here on MLB 14 The Show. If you guys remember in the last episode, we ended up picking up Derek McCarty and Alex Wood from the Atlanta Braves in exchange for Eduardo Nunez, and we're right around the trade deadline right now, just trying to stay ahead of the Central. You can see the Tigers struggling this season, 47-51. We're at Target Field as we have a 55-45 record, still holding pretty strong, a great record. As you're going to take a look at the Tigers lineup posted by Brad Ausmus, their manager. You take a look, pretty much the same thing they've been rolling with. They got DJ Peterson from the Mariners, I believe. And they got Adam LaRoche, and they got a couple of their new prospects up. Ricky Nolasco having a great turnaround season, 10-3 with a 3.83 ERA. Going to try and continue that trend here against the Tigers. As in the top of the first inning, DJ Peterson up with an 0-2 count, 2 away. And this ball is ripped into the gap. That one will split the outfielders, roll all the way to the wall. Runners being sent home, and the throw from the shallow outfield will not be in time. Tigers take an early 1-0 lead. Next batter is Alex Avila, 1-2 count, and this ball will not be hit anywhere. That's strike 3. Avila goes down. So now taking a look at the Twins lineup, we got Byron Buxton up. If you guys remember, he's hitting 283 now. Derek McCarty hitting 333 as he's just being a platoon player with Jason Kubel in left field. As you can take a look, we'll be facing off against Drew Smiley, who's having a pretty good season record-wise. ERA-wise, not the best, but still a pretty solid pitcher. In real life, he was traded to the Rays as a part of the David Price trade. As the leadoff hitter Byron Buxton, he'll be caught staring at that one. That one's going to be high in the zone, but it will hit the strike zone. So strike 3. As now Oswaldo Arcia up a couple batters later, and Arcia will hit this one into the second baseman, as now they're going to end up turning a double play, inning over, as that's not what the Twins needed. Trevor Plouffe is up now with a runner on first base, 3-1 count, and Plouffe will end up walking. So that's going to put 2 men on for the Twins now, as now Drew Smiley running into a little bit of trouble. Bases are loaded now for Danny Santana, and Santana will watch this one go right by him, and the Twins strand the bases loaded. Tigers get out of the inning. We move to the top of the third inning. Miggy is up, and Miggy, he does what he's known for, driving in runners. He is going to ping this one all the way to the right field wall. As that drives in a runner, Miggy stop at second base. That's an RBI double for Cabrera, as it's going to send the Tigers lead. It's now 2-0. Top of the third, next batter is DJ Peterson, and Peterson hits this one about the same spot, but Arcia tracks it down, and Arcia does not have an arm nearly as good as Buxton does. That will not throw the runner out, as that's going to drive in another run. Next batter is Alex Avila. 0-1 count, and Avila hits this one deep to left field. McCarty giving chase. Going to give a leap, but this one is off the wall. It gets past him, as now Avila's got extra bases. The runner comes home. He is safe, and now Avila is in there with a stand-up triple. Tigers continue to pour it on. Same inning. It is Andy Dirks, and Dirks is going to end up grounding this one to second base, as Dozier throws onto first base, and that will drive the runner in. And Gardenhire, he has seen enough after another hit given up. He's going to end up making the call to the bullpen, as Ricky Nolasco didn't have his best stuff. In fact, he had stuff like he did in 2013, where he just had a really bad season. So we're going to make the call to the bullpen to the 6'9" young right-hander Alex Meyer, who started off in the rotation but had to quickly move to the bullpen after struggling massively in the rotation, as he will end up striking out Ian Kinsler to get out of the inning, so no runs allowed in that inning. Brian Dozier up in the bottom of the third. He's got a full count, and he will end up getting a free pass to first base, as Smiley will end up walking him. The next batter is Trevor Plouffe with an 0-2 count, and Plouffe will end up hitting this one to left field, not nearly deep enough, as the left fielder tracks it down, and into the inning, side retired, as the Tigers continue to be pitching a shutout. 3-1 count to Steven Moya in the top of the fourth inning, as Meyer's first batter he faces in this inning is going to drive this one to deep right field, and it's out of there in the first row of that porch, as that's going to be another home run for the Tigers, as it's going to drive in more runs, and they continue to pour it on 6-0. DJ Peterson up now, 1-2 count, and Peterson's going to end up grounding this one into the hole. Santana onto second for one, onto first. Double play, as that's going to get the Twinkies out of the inning. Bottom of the fourth, 1-0 count. Chris Parmalee is up, and Parmalee He'll hit this one into the gap, and the Twins finally have extra bases. Parmalee running first base, and the throw-in will not be in time. Parmalee slides under the tag, safe. That's a double for Parmalee. Puts a runner in scoring position for the Twinkies. Nothing comes out of it, however. As we move to the top of the fifth, Avila is up, and Santana with a beautiful backhand, a Jeter-esque throw to first, and a beautiful scoop gets him. That play was just perfect in every aspect, as it's going to get him out. But Andy Dirks is up, and Dirks, he will end up getting another run for the Tigers. That one's going to bang high off that wall. But it'll be a home run regardless. So now Pelfrey going to come into the game, trying to keep this deficit from getting wider as Adam LaRoche is up. 2-2 count, one away, and LaRoche drives this one into the gap. McCarty going to try and give a dive, but he will not come up with it, as now Buxton's got to play it off the wall. That's going to be extra bases once again for the Tigers as they continue just to smack Twins pitching all around. Ian Kinsler now 1-2 count, and Kinsler is going to be caught staring. Another strikeout on the day for Ian Kinsler as he's going to go back to the dugout. He will end up going hitless in the game, bottom of the fifth. Trevor Plouffe just not put the best swing of it, as now that one's going to go right to Alex Avila. That one will be a pop-up. Tigers get out of the inning once again, going to remain 7-0. Here in the top of the sixth inning, Miguel Cabrera is up, and Cabrera is going to end up striking out. A huge strikeout from Mike Pelfrey. Gets Cabrera frozen. So now Danny Santana is going to end up drawing a walk, as Smiley giving up a lot of walks. And Byron Buxton's up with a 2-2 count, one away. And Buxton drives this one deep to center field. Center fielder giving chase, and he makes a catch at the wall. And I make a huge decision here. I mean, a huge mistake here, guys, as I end up sending all runners by accident. And he's going to end up getting doubled off, and it's going to remain 8-0. So that's my bad, guys. Just not a lot of focus there, as the Tigers end up turning a double play, as that's going to end up getting them pretty much out of the inning, as now Derek McCarty is up on the seventh inning. 0-1 count. This one's going to eat up the third baseman, as now the Twins are going to get a run in, as now they're just trying to fight back, as they got a couple men on now. It's 8-2. Alcemil Pinto is up, and Pinto drives this one into the right field gap, and that one will just stay fair. That's going to drive a run, and it is 8-3. McCarty rounding third base. The throw home is in time. A bad decision by McCarty to go home, as they're going to end up getting out of the inning. So now Pelfrey facing Austin Jackson, and Jackson's ended up driving this one to second base. Dotre was trying to cover second base on the steal, and he did not have no play in it. And then Arcia has an error in right field. That's going to drive some runners in for the Tigers. That's going to make it 9-3, as now DJ Peterson's been pretty much killing the Twins all day. He's going to end up singling this one up the middle. The throw home from Buxton is not in time. It's going to be 10-3 now. Top of the eighth, Alex Avila is up 0-2 count, and Avila goes down looking on the curveball. We move to the bottom of the ninth inning. Al Albuquerque making his 20th appearance of the season with a 5.89 ERA, just trying to shut down the Twins in the last inning. As Brian Dozier, second pitch of the inning, he takes this ball deep to left field, high and gone. A home run for Brian Dozier, as now the Twins got a little bit of life in them. It is 10-4 now off the bat of Brian Dozier. Pretty much the only good hit the Twins have gotten all day, as now they're just trying to get something started. The very next batter, in fact, the very next pitch, is Trevor Plouffe. Same exact spot, deep to left field and gone. A home run for Trevor Plouffe. Just like that, is 10-5. So they still got some climbing to do, but they have cut the deficit a little bit closer. Alcemil Pinto, though, 1-2 count. That was just terrible. Terrible swing by Pinto. Ends the game, and the Tigers win 10-5. Not a great game, as the Tigers beat the Twins in every aspect. But I hope you guys enjoyed regardless. Hopefully the Twins can come out better in the next episode. But I'll see you guys in the next video. If you guys enjoyed it, give it a like, leave some comments. And if you guys have any suggestions, please leave them down below. Talk to you guys later.